Hello mi gente and welcome back to the We Are Investing channel, a channel that is dedicated in investing and personal finance. On this video, we are going to be doing a stock update on AMC Stock. I've been doing a lot of videos on this stock right now. I have a position in it. We are still up in that position and I am holding the line in AMC Stock. I am holding this stock because I think there's going to be a reversal, and also I am all for this movement against the hedge funds. Now today in after hours trading, this stock has dropped a decent amount. However, there is good news regarding AMC Stock that we're going to be covering in this video. Now before we dive into the video any further, please consider hitting that subscribe button, ringing that bell, and smashing that like button. Turn that baby blue. And please be aware that there is a Patreon for this page. You get access to a Discord server of over 300 members. I post videos on the Patreon before they are uploaded in YouTube. You get early access to videos, and also you get to follow the portfolio in real time. Whenever I open or close a position, I post on the Patreon as well. A link is provided down below. Alright, so let's get right into it. Probably the biggest news right now is the fact that the limits have been increased dramatically on the buy side for AMC Stock. Right now, Robinhood is letting you buy 350 shares, 350 options contracts. This probably has a lot to do with the fact that Robinhood just got a huge amount of cash in the business. They got injected with over $2 billion. So that is going to help with their clearinghouse issues. Now, to be completely honest with you guys, the fact that Robinhood limited this stock to just a couple shares and also cut trading altogether for at least one day entirely, that is hurting AMC Stock and other stocks tremendously. When you are told you can sell a stock but you cannot buy a stock, or you're only allowed to buy X amount of a stock, which is a very small amount. Now 350 shares is a decent amount of shares. That's a little bit over $4,000 in one order. Now I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to buy more than $4,000 worth of AMC stock. Now I don't know if you can buy 350 shares and then add option contracts as well to that order. If somebody knows the answer to that question, please comment down below. I am extremely curious. I want to know how much you can truly buy on Robinhood. Now outside of Robinhood, other brokerages also had issues trading AMC stock today. Yet more buyers cannot execute their orders for this stock. And that means that on the buy side of the stock, volume is going to be low and the stock is going to drop because there's not enough buyers. And I don't think that's because of a demand issue. I think that's because of brokerages and also technical difficulties throughout multiple platforms, including TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Fidelity. People were having issues executing orders for AMC stock. And we can definitely see that the volume has decreased today and the stock has dropped a decent amount. Now, if we look at the 5-day, 1-hour chart, we can see that we are still up off of those lows that we had on January 28th. The stock was actually moving really well. It was setting higher highs and higher lows. However, the most recent drop puts us back to the prior low. We are at a support line. Now, in my personal opinion, what I expect this stock to do is I expect it to bounce off of this line. But I really want it to set higher highs. That is a confirmation to me that the trend remains on the upside. And I think that this is going to happen because I think demand is high for AMC stock. And the fact that Robinhood now can buy 350 shares, that's a decent amount, and I expect that number to continue to increase over time, but it is much higher than what we had earlier today. Now tomorrow and the day after, I think is going to be a telltale sign for how strong this movement really is. If we have a lot of volume and the stock starts to move, then that means that the movement is very strong. We could have a lot of volume, there could be a lot of buyers, and then the hedge funds could continue to short that and drive the share price down. That does not mean that the movement is not strong. So even if the stock remains flat or drops a little bit tomorrow, I don't expect this to be the case. We want to take a look at the short volume and to see how many shorts were introduced today and if they are fighting the movement. And that might be a way that they are trying to scare people out of this stock. But if the short volume is high, that means they are doing this to drop the share price down down, remove the demand for the stock, decrease volume, and hopefully put an end to this movement. I do think that retail investors, though, and this is my personal opinion, are very interested in AMC stock. They are holding their positions and they want to add to it because they think it can go up much higher. And I think this is proven in the type of option contracts that are being purchased. The ones that expire at the end of this week. The $15 strike price had a volume of 25,000, has an open interest of 12,000. The $20 strike price has a volume of 27,000, an open interest of 18.9 thousand. And then the $40 strike price has the highest volume at 47.7 thousand and an open interest of 27.6 thousand. That is much higher volume than the $20 strike price and the $15 strike price. And if you take a look at the option contracts that expire on February 12th, you can see that the $40 strike price has the highest volume of the bunch and the highest open interest of the bunch by a very large margin. Now, with the volume and open interest at the $15 strike price, the $20 strike price, and the $40 strike price, these are going to be key levels for this week. And let me explain why, because this could create a gamma squeeze as well. Now, the options gamma is a measure of the rate of change of its delta. The gamma of an option is expressed as a percentage and reflects the change in the delta in response to a 1-point movement of the underlying stock price. Options that are very deeply into or out of the money have gamma values close to 0. Now, gamma is the highest when delta has the highest slope. And that occurs when an option is at the money. As you can see by this chart here, as a stock approaches at the money, it starts to increase its delta. And it continues to increase and then it smooths out the further the stock gets in the money or out of the money. And that is why delta is either 0 or 1, depending if the option call is out of the money or in the money by a very large amount. Now, what's needed to cause a gamma squeeze is the stock is going to have to approach $15. It's going to have to try to get to that strike price and put it at the money. Then those options, the market maker is going to have to buy 100 stocks to cover those options because they want to stay net neutral. Then, as the stock approaches the next strike price, which was, I think, $20, that had a lot of volume as well, had a lot of open interest. Open interest is what matters the most because that's actually how many contracts, how many options are out there. Volume is how many times that option has been traded. Open interest is how many positions. Now, as the stock approaches 20, gamma is going to increase because it's going to be at the money. And market makers are going to be forced to keep the market neutral. They're going to have to buy shares to cover those options. And then if we get up to $40, that's the one that had the highest open interest. That would cause the biggest gamma pump. If it gets to around $40 a share, that is going to drive the share price even higher because we're going to have a gamma squeeze. Now, that is a tall order to ask because the stock right now is well off of $40 a share. But you don't know what's going to happen. You never know. And I think with now Robinhood having 350 shares available for trading for AMC stock, we could see a nice little pump. Now, also keep in mind that when we get squeezes at $15 or when we get pumps off of the gamma at $15, $20, then we could see some of these shorts being covered. But the way that the activity is now, I don't think these shorts are ready to cover unless this stock starts to boom and gets over $40, $50. Then they might consider covering. But right now, it just looks like they are adding to their short position. Now, also today, we had a huge buyer buy contracts at the $20 strike price. At around 1 p.m. today, someone placed an order for close to $2 million worth of $20 strike price option calls. Now, they bought the option calls that expire on February 12th. However, a $2 million order is a significant order. Somebody believes that this stock is going to hit $20 a share by February 12th. And in my personal opinion, I am on the same boat as them. I think that the share price is going to increase. There is a lot of social activity with AMC stock. People are making a stand. People are buying AMC stock not just for the stock, but also to be part of this movement. So I definitely think that there is a great possibility here, and the next couple days are going to be crucial. Just keep in mind that if the stock does not go booming, it could be because shorts are battling the buy side right now. So stay tuned and keep an eye out on the short volume over the next couple days. See how many shares are being sold as shorts. Now, with all that being said, guys, that wraps it up for this video. If you like this video and the content that I'm providing, please consider hitting that subscribe button, ringing that bell, and smashing that like button. Do not forget about the Patreon page, where you get access to a Discord server of over 300 members. You get to follow the portfolio in real time, and also you get early access to these videos. Now, also down below in the video description is a link to my Twitter, a Facebook group, and promotional links to Webull, where you can get 2 free stocks value up to $1,600. But you know the deal. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. And this is We Are Investing, and together we are invincible. See ya.